there's strength and there's power in encouragement. Um, Also, uh, somebody may need prayer or somebody just need to talk. We just went through our series or two parts of our series. We were talking about words, the importance of words, and why words matter. And we got deep into that stuff, man. We were talking about how it's so important to make sure that you're using words that matter, that words that are godly words, words have so much power and so much strength, and how God formed all of this using words. And so it's important. It's important. And then we talked about how matter of fact, I was just live a few seconds ago. We talked about these platforms now, the social media, the news media, any and everything. It's hard to even say certain words because they stop certain words. How's it going, man? Welcome in. They stop certain words and promote other words. So if you want to be popular, you want to be famous, then you use these particular words. But if you uh you know tell the truth in this way, then they will do a lot to your account, to hide your account, to block your account, stuff like that. So words matter. Uh, and that can be crazy, man. People are doing the everyday life thing as far as they're getting up every day. Is that for me? Hopefully that's not mine. They're getting up every day. They're going to work every day. The hustle and bustle of it all. The rat race, you hear it called a lot of times. And in this rat race, you see people are just getting worn out and beaten, and they're just like, hey, what else is there for me? Life has to be more than I get up every morning, I get dressed, I rush to get a breakfast for me or for me and my children, or me, my children, my husband, wife, whatever. I'm in this hustle and bustle every single morning. I get in my car, hopefully I got gas in it, and I speed down the street, down the highway. And as I'm speeding down the highway heading to this job, I see an off ramp. I see this off ramp and I'm thinking to myself, should I just get off on this off ramp? Should I get off right here on this off ramp and just take a chance on life, do something different, go somewhere I've never been before, just escape this normal thing that I've been doing for 10 years, 25 years, 50 years, and there's no fulfillment in these things. There's no fulfillment in me getting up every morning, rushing to get dressed. What am I wearing today? I thought I was gonna wear that shirt, but that shirt is not clean, so I'm wearing this. Skating around, trying to listen to something to encourage me on the way, get into my car, the same car, and I'm driving. People are swerving and swerving. I don't know if swerving is a word. Swerving, swerving and swerving. And they're trying to get to their jobs too, put my life on the line, trying to get to a job that I hate. And I get to this job and it's that coworker. Some I kind of like, some I really don't like. Doing a job that doesn't fulfill me, doing a job that I don't really appreciate, doing a job that doesn't pay me enough, et cetera, et cetera. And then customers and clients or patients or whoever are coming in, and it's just boom, now I'm locked into this rotation again for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. Oh, if I could just make it to lunch, get me to lunch. Now I'm at lunch and I get a little bit of breather, I get a little bit of breakthrough. And in that breakthrough, I'm thinking, what am I doing? What am I going to do? Am I going to do this till I'm 65, 75, 85 in this race? And I'm thinking about this as I'm stuffing down a salad, stuffing down a burger that I just bought for my lunch. My lunch is not long enough. It's not good enough. I'm in a rush trying to smash down the burger at the same time while thinking about all these things, trying to listen to the radio, trying to listen to a podcast, trying to be happy, knowing I got to go back into this place any moment now. I don't want this ringer to go off on my cell phone to remind me that my break is over. I don't want my alarm to go. I don't want it. How long can I do this? How long am I stuck in this rat race? And so you go back into there and you get back into the cycle of patients or customers or whoever, and you're doing that, trying to do your job. Your manager is saying something to you, you may not appreciate as much. You may be the manager and saying stuff that people don't appreciate. Why do I have to tell people the same thing over and over again? How can I get this sale? How can I do this? How can I close out this particular deal? How can I sell this car? Whatever it is that you do, how can I make this catering service work? Whatever it is, you have to do it, and you're doing it, and you're doing it. And there's nothing wrong with doing those things, but for some of us, it's like there has to be something else. I have to be on this planet for something different. I have to be on this planet for something else. I'm not full off of doing this. I'm not satisfied off of doing this particular thing. And so the end of the shift comes and it's ticking down and closer and closer and closer. You're getting more and more happy. Yes. And boom. All right, you finally leaving the job and you're super excited for that time. And you get in your car, turn on your radio, you drive back home and stuff like that. And now you have to deal or try to deal with family life and married life, which at this point you're giving just seconds really because you've been beat from the job. You've been beat from work and you've been beat from talking to all these people all day. And now you're at this tip right here. So if somebody say something crazy to you, a kid say something crazy, mama or daddy, what about this? You like because you're already on edge. You know what I mean? And you're tired and you're worn out. And you know that this cycle is going to continue tomorrow. That's a challenge, right? But I want to encourage you. I want to encourage you, one, that as my dad used to say all the time, God ain't sleep. God ain't sleep. God knows what you have need of. That's what scripture says. He knows the number of hairs on your head. I'm bald, so whatever, easy to count my hair. But he knows all these things. You say, but well, then why? Why am I going through these things? It's gonna take some faith. But I want to encourage you to walk in that faith. I'll show you what I mean. Okay. Because I think it's important. You have uh you have the children of Israel, right? So they are facing a sea, the Red Sea, right in front of them. The Red Sea is right there. And behind them is the slave master, Pharaoh and his army, the oppressor, is behind them, coming to kill them. And Moses is there. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure that this is a chaotic scene, chaotic situation, because you essentially don't think that you have somewhere to go. You're like, I'm right here. In front of me is a sea, and behind me is the enemy. I'm trapped. And they're looking at Moses and like, man, you brought us here, Moses. Really, Moses? I can imagine, I can imagine the brothers, man. They're like, come on, Momo. Come on, bro. Momo. This is a no-no. You brought us to this trap, to this place. And I don't know if you can see us, Moses, but listen, our bellies are not big enough to drink all this water that's in front of us. We can't swim across. And look, Moses, look around you. Look around this place. There are no boats, no ships that we can get across this sea, Moses. And the slave master that you've made mad, the slave master that let my people go, let them free. You said all this and you brought all these plagues, and now this guy and his army is upset and angry, and they are coming to off us, Moses. I'm sure the sisters was like, oh, I told you we shouldn't even listen to him. He think he all that trying to, do this God thing. He old his old self with that little stick anyway. He need to sit his tail down. Ain't no telling what was being said in that time. But those are the things that people say when you are walking your path with God, when you are doing what thus saith the Lord, when you are walking in faith, everybody can't see your vision. They can't, because it's your vision that God gave to you. So outside people may not be able to see that vision. So they don't understand it. So they talk about it, they demean it, they down it because their minds are not big enough to hold your vision. Now, as we know, God uses Moses to boom, part the Red Sea. And they can see now the dry land. They see it. They can see the dry land that they can walk by on. And I'm sure the conversations would I'm sure the conversations change then. And it's like, I told y'all, this is my boy Momo. Yeah, I told y'all he's gonna bring us through. He got that special connection with God. When he prayed to God, it's a little different than everybody else. I told y'all he got us. And the lady's like, well, he ain't that ugly. Yeah, I'd marry him. He ain't that old. He about to retire anyway. Conversations start to change when people see that you're doing what God said, and it's a blessing. The conversations start to shift. The same people who were saying all this negative stuff, same people that had all this doubt, same people that had all this brokenness, now they start to shift. When you are doing or in cases not doing what God has called you to do, it affects all the people around you. Imagine how many people were affected by Moses doing what thus saith the Lord. Everybody on that ship with Jonah was affected by him running away from God. Imagine that. Now, think about in your life how many people are being impacted because you're not doing what God has told you to do. That's an amazing thought, isn't it? They go by, the children of Israel go by on dry land. Amazing miracle. But in order to do that, they had to leave that which had them in slavery. I hope y'all hear me. In order to get through this sea, to get through and go to a promised land, they had to leave the things that were holding them in slavery, the things that were holding them bound, the thing that was holding them in chains and shackles, those things that were oppressing them. Mm, mm. Oh, Lord have mercy. The only transportation you have, I need you to hear me. I need you to hear me because this is the encouragement. The only transportation you have to get to where God is trying to take you. The only transportation you have to get to, that baby that you've been praying for. The only transportation you have to get to the life that is more abundant that you've been praying for. The only transportation that you have to get to being the person that God has called you to be. The only transportation you have is a leap of faith. Your car can't drive you to that location. Your money can't pay to get you into that location. Your family and friends can't get you into that location. Only God can get you into that location. And it's going to be by faith. It's going to be by faith. I hope that this has blessed you today. I hope that this has encouraged you today, for sure. Blessings to you. God keep you. Is our prayer. Listen, it's free to just like this video. It's free. Please do it. Just like the video, share the video if you would, save the video, but definitely like the video. That's how we get it out there. That's how we're getting to grow on on this particular platform as we build and as we grow. So help us out for free. God bless you.